Hey everybody, welcome back to On the Road to Dr. Effin. I'm Javeda Bay, soon to be Dr. Effin, and this is my web series where I take you along on my journey of being a Black woman in academia, pursuing two PhDs, and Happy New Year! I am very excited for 2025 because I got a plan. So, you know me and my plans. But it's a new year, there's a lot of opportunity. It's also about to be the start of a new term. Like, everything's just new, and we love that. And with it being literally only 5 days until the term starts, I figured now would be a good time to talk about what my goals are for winter term, mainly so that way, one, they're out there in the universe hears them. Two, y'all can hold me accountable. Like, please do. Please be like, Jave, what's the status of them research papers? Like, feel free to hassle me to make sure I'm actually meeting these goals. But if you're new here, I'm Javita Bay. I am currently pursuing two PhDs, one in human sexuality and one in communication and media studies. And my communication and media studies program is on the quarter system, meaning that we have terms that are 11 weeks long, which is not a lot of time at all. And January 6th, we start winter term. And I'm very excited because I am teaching Intro to Queer Studies, and then I am taking cultural production, contemporary feminist theory, and then I'm also going to be doing a reading course with my advisor to prepare for my comps exam, and potentially also a research independent study to start doing some preliminary work for my dissertation. So a lot going on this term, but it's me. What else would you expect? So in terms of goals, I have quite a few because I'm me. So obviously, like, do well is like the biggest goal. um, but I have ADHD. I will admit that I'm a procrastinator. There's just some things about me that I recognize in myself. And one of those things is me being a procrastinator and kind of waiting until the last minute to get started on things like papers for my classes. So, a big goal this year, this term, is to actually be proactive and get started on things ahead of time. And I already have seen the syllabus for my cultural production class, and I have three papers in that class. So I am already starting to like devise like a plan of action in terms of like how and when I should be starting on what part of these papers. So that way they get done ahead of time and not, you know, the day before the day they're due. Um, the papers get done though. So like don't even try and come for me. Like at least they end up getting finished. I think that deserves some acknowledgement, okay? But that's the first goal is actually being proactive and getting started on these bigger papers in advance instead of waiting until the last minute. Other goals, not necessarily attached to like specific classes, are going to be actually finishing some independent research projects that I've been working on, especially because I got accepted to some conferences. And so, like, the research has to be done because I got to present on it. So, really making sure that I'm following the timeline that I've built out. So that way, all of those projects get finished before the presentations. And then, after presenting on them and getting some feedback from folks who are also scholars in like those areas, then finalizing the actual papers to submit them to publication, because the goal is that by the end of winter term I have at least two papers that are in good positions that by the end of like the academic year I would be able to submit them to actual publications for publishing. So two papers, that is currently the goal. Only two, and that's pretty good considering that I think I have like five research projects. So yeah, so we got those two papers that are not related to the classes that I'm actually enrolled in for this term. Another goal that I have is like really being um, like organized and like very clear and transparent with my students, because I'm teaching to intro to queer studies. And originally that was not the plan. There was a switch up and I ended up getting switched to teach this class. I'm the instructor of record, which means that it is my class. I'm making the syllabus. Like I'm the only one teaching in it. Like it is just me, which I love because this is really great for my CV and just like all that. And it's a new challenge for me, especially because it's a class of 80 students. Um, so as you can see, it's really important that I stay like organized, but also I really want to be transparent because I believe in like having a very like clear and open teaching style where students can feel comfortable, one, coming to me about things, but also being like, this isn't really the content that I think we need to be focusing on. And like I want to create that type of environment. um And with 80 students, it is very easy to like let things slip through the cracks. And I don't want to do that because I value what I provide to students as their teacher. And I want them to have a good learning experience. Like, I want students to be like, oh my God, no, wait, I actually don't hate being in college and like going to these college classes. Like, I love it. I'm learning new things and being challenged. Like, that is what I want to create. So really, really, really trying to bring that into the classroom every day. I think I'm just like a little nervous because like 80 students. 80 students. The most I've had so far, I want to say is like 25. So, yay! 25 in like one section. I've had multiple sections. So I've had like up to 50 students in one term, but never in one singular class. So, yeah, that's just going to be a fun time. But like, I know I got this. And I also know that I can ask for help, which is another goal. Like, when I need it, I'm going to ask for help. I generally follow this trend of being like, well, I'll figure it out. Like, it's okay. I got it on my own. It's 2025. I know that I don't have to do things on my own, so I'm not going to. Okay, I'm gonna ask for help when I need it. Um, but those are my big goals outside of like the things like staying consistent with like my workout schedule, because like it actually proved to be so beneficial for me last term. Like, actually consistently working out was good for my mental health, obviously my physical health, but it just like gave me energy and like invigorated me to like try. And that's important, especially during a winter term, because the winter months, sad is real. Seasonal depression is real. And Eugene is a very rainy town, so working out is extremely important, and I'm going to continue on with that so that way I can push through and do another great term. But yeah, those are like the big goals. I'm excited to see what this term has in store for me, especially because, like, again, I'm going and doing so much of my own research as well as like going to so many conferences. So yeah, so if you're interested in any of that, definitely make sure you're following along, because I will be sharing about the research I'm conducting, like all the conferences I'm going to, and everything like that here on this YouTube channel, as well as on my social media profiles. So definitely make sure that you're connected with me on all that so you never miss it. But yeah, it's 2025. We are nearing almost that graduation date because I'm supposed to graduate in 2027. So like, we're a year closer than we were last year. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, if you have any questions about what all I'm gonna be doing this winter term or anything like that, drop it in the comments. Definitely make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel though, because hello, you want to follow along this journey. It's a wild one. Plus all the sex ed content that lives on this YouTube channel. It's just like the place to be, if you ask me. And definitely make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. I'm on Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, until we know what's happening with it, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And I have a Pinterest, which I think I'm going to be doing some blogs about like grad school, because why not? So definitely follow me on all of the social medias, and definitely, definitely, definitely make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter, because if anything happens and I get booted off of the social media sites, that's how I'm gonna stay in contact with people. But yeah, Happy New Year once again. I look forward to what 2025 has in store for all of us. And until then, I'm going to see you later. Deuces.